point out where their homes are, where the little gator nests will be. Yeah, they'll kind of create little creek-looking things off the bank.
That would be my guess, by about 7, 8 foot. Yes.
It's staring into my soul.
Pretty cool, huh? They're laying in the grass.
That thing's staring into my soul.
He is, huh?
Okay,
right.
Chris, go wrestling.
That's right. And again, all right, so I was talking about those big bumps on his back. Underneath every one of those bumps, there's a bone under there. It's called an osteoderm. And they give them that tough armor plating. And we talked about how they'll make them vibrate, you know, and use them to attract mates. But it's also a means of regulating body temperature. Oh,
They're trying to play dead.
So what they do is they lay out in the sun heats up the osteoderm heats up the blood flowing under it. That alligator make you mad? And we hear a lot of, we get a lot of alligator experts on the boat. And so we hear lots of interesting stories. One of my favorite is, did you know an alligator can't bite you if it's sitting on land? A guy told me this a while back. And here's the theory behind that. So the top part of the jaw, it's just an extension of the skull. It does not move. The lower jaw, or the mandible, moves. It's hinged. So the theory being, if he's on the ground, he can't hinge down, he can't open his mouth. So a guy told me that recently. We're looking at about an 8-foot gator. So I'm going to nose the boat up and let you off. You go poke it in the nose. I promise you that gator can pick its head up and bite your leg off. They have one of the strongest bites of any animal in the world. Generate about 2,500 pounds of crushing power in that jaw.
So they beat the rhinoceros?
Oh, easy. Yes.
Wow.
20. Their bite is stronger than most sharks, and sharks and gators.
I'm not thinking of rhinoceros. Hippos.
Hippo. Oh yes,
hippos.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's for square.
I was trying to think about that too.
I was sitting there going, wait a minute, that didn't sound right. It's hippos.
Another
hippos.
theory that I've heard from several people. So well, let me back up. So an alligator has what's called a palatal valve. It's a flap of skin that they can open and close to block off the throat. Because of course they're eating fish and stuff underwater. So when they open their mouth, were it not for the palatal valve, then water would just rush down their throat and drown them. So a guy tells me, I've actually had several people tell me this, did you know if an alligator has you by the arm and you pull that flap of skin, it has to let you go because water rush down its throat and it'll drown.
Okay.
So let's think this through. You're shoulder deep in an alligator's mouth. Your arm's not attached to you anymore. And even if it were, you've got 2,500 pounds per square inch crushing down on it. You're not grabbing anything. And it reminds me of those stories, you know, like if you're being attacked by a shark, punch it in the nose. Or if you're cruising in an aircraft at 35,000 feet and the plane's going down in a nosedive, put your head between your knees. I think these are just things to make you feel like you have a fighting chance, you know, on your way out. But
No?
they always look like they're smiling, don't they? And these guys, like I said, they're eating animals underwater, right? So they have to be able to see underwater. And they have what's called a nictitating membrane, a clear lens that will cover their eyes. And it traps air between the lens and the eyeball, and it acts like goggles.
Is that what causes it to, like at night, if you shine a light, you can see the
No,
red?
that's reflective because nocturnal animals, if you shine the light out here at night, you're going to see the eyes of raccoons and possums and frogs. Nocturnal animals, that their eyes are reflecting that light. What's up? You want to go out there? No.
That's a good note.
They are scary, aren't they? And if you look around his eyes, you can see there's kind of a lighter yellow coloration. You know how athletes put the black stuff into their eyes to reflect sunlight? The gators have a lighter coloration around their eyes, so at night it magnifies the light going in there. All right, look at his feet. You see what look like those thick scales on his feet? they're called scutes. It's layer upon layer upon layer of keratin. Do you know where you have keratin on your body?
No.
Your fingernails, your hair, and it's armor. It's a thick armor coating. Keratin is the exact same stuff that the carapace, the top shell of the turtle is made out of.
Waiting for the charge.
All right, are you kids ready for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? All right, check this out. Put your hand in the air like this. Put your hand up like this and wave it back and forth and say, "See you later, alligator."
Once and only time it actually do this.
Alligator, check. Osprey, check.